8 months.
8 months. 8 months.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a long stretch.
Yeah,
So having secured that job, and I'm sure on that day that you got the job offer, you were gleefully jumping around your house. Um, but what in your mind are the must do's in setting yourself up for success, having now navigated an 8 month layoff?
absolutely. And going into the layoff, you don't know how long it'll last, right?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
talked a little bit about taking breaks, versus, working on the job search. And I think the one thing that stayed in my mind, no matter what I was doing, is like, like we say this on the recruiter side, and sometimes like all ABR, always be recruiting. I don't know if we say it, I say it. But anyway, you're always recruiting. Sometimes when you're out in public, you're talking to people and you're like, you would be great for this, da da da. But for me, when I got laid off, I had to be the always be recruiting for myself. So I always had that switch on in a way. But the first thing I think I focused on was taking time to process, right? You've got people saying, I'm so sorry, reaching out. You're posting about it potentially on LinkedIn just to say, tell the world or tell your people where you are. But I think I also made sure I took time just to process it all and not just jump right into it, right? I mentioned the spreadsheet that I created. That helped me then start to, it felt like a job, right? It was a job. And people say this, when you have a job is the best time to find another job, because it's nice not to have a break in between. But now this being unemployed was my job. So I had the foundation of the spreadsheet. I quickly updated my resume and quickly updated my LinkedIn. I had been, in the role I was in for about 2 years. So I probably hadn't updated my resume or my LinkedIn. And I've learned now that I want to start doing that every 6 months just to be safe, because no one likes to update a resume.
Hmm.
And then the next step for me, and I think for others is, and I tell people this too, and I told people this as I was going through my own journey and once I got the job, is talk about this to everyone you know.
Hmm.
Try not to be embarrassed by being laid off, because it's not personal. Try not to be shameful about it. Talk to everyone you know and put it out into the universe that you are looking for work. You are looking for a job, because if you're nervous about doing that, people don't know and they can't help you. And so that
Yeah.
was really important to me. It takes a village, I believe, right? To
Right.
raise a
Right.
child, it takes a village
Right.
to get a job sometimes. So that was something I think is important for people to do. And if they don't have a big community or network, start building one. That's definitely the first and foremost. For me, sometimes I say in life, sometimes it's a numbers game, right? Like the more you do this, the closer you'll get to doing something, or the whatever it is. In this situation for myself, I tried not to apply to everything, because
Yeah.
I also knew that there were so many other people applying for jobs that maybe had all the check boxes. I just did not want to spam and just apply everywhere, because I
Right.
heard people applying to thousands and hundreds
Yeah.
of jobs and different
Yeah.
things. So I actually tried to be more focused on it. And it doesn't mean that, that was the wrong way for other people. For me, I just wanted to be focused, my intention, because I thought that would bring me closer to what I really wanted, right?
Right.
At least for that next job, whether it was
Right.
there or not. I took mental health breaks. I visited a friend. Got my feet in the sand. I went to visit my parents at the lake. And I took those times to be like, it's okay to do that and spend time with the people you love and not be focused so much on the job search. So if people can do that, even if it's not traveling, if it's just in the day or just getting
Yeah.
outside, right?
Yeah.